Hello and welcome to Sage of Seven. Today's reading is going to be on Lizzo. So there have been a lot of allegations being thrown her way. I saw the document that they went over, and she's faced allegations of sexual harassment, false imprisonment, I think a wrongful termination, I believe. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. But the sexual harassment allegations are coming from the fact that she had her dancers go to a nude cabaret show, and they had to simulate, I guess, I'm trying to keep it light right now because, you know, YouTube with their censorship, but basically they were simulating you know what with a banana, and it made a lot of the dancers feel uncomfortable because they felt like they had to go to the show and participate, or else their job was on the line or they would be treated differently. Also, they're making allegations against her dance captain. I believe her name is, what's her name? Shirley Quigley is also facing allegations of, you know, spreading her, trying to basically force her religion on the dancers. Allegedly, she was making comments about virginity. And then in the second breath, she would talk about sexual subjects and make everybody uncomfortable, basically. So I'm just going to take a look and see what's going on with this situation. You know, I'll see according to spirit whether or not spirit says that the allegations are true or not. As usual, anything I state during this reading is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. The accused are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. I'm just going to see what the cards and the pendulum say. So let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, and don't forget, if you want to book a reading with me, go to my website, sageof7.com. Let's get into it. All right, so we're just going to do a simple throw on the allegations and the situation. We're going to do Lizzo on the left, the dancers on the right, and then the fans in the middle. So what's the... Lizzo has the Three of Swords and then the Six of Pentacles reversed. Six of Pentacles reversed is an abuse of generosity and strings attached, basically. And that coincides with the allegations against her because they were saying since she's the boss, you feel like you have to go with what the boss wants, no matter how outrageous it is, because your job is on the line. That's an abuse of power. That's what the Six of Pentacles reversed is talking about. Page of Swords as well for Lizzo. So she made an announcement, or she made what is it that they say? She addressed the allegations saying that basically you know, they weren't true. But when I see the Page of Swords, that page, she has that sword, and the page is not as experienced as a queen or a king. So they can, you know, go off at the mouth. And there were allegations of her fat shaming, allegedly fat shaming some of the dancers on the crew, basically. And to me, with this page shows a level of immaturity and a lack of professionalism as well. And then she has the Ten of Cups reversed as well. So this has really turned her world upside down, and she's in a position of defending her reputation right now with that sword. It's like she's having to defend herself, but also that page, in the same breath that they can defend themselves, the same breath they can swing that sword blindly and cut somebody down is what is drawing my attention with that page. So let's see, what about the dancers? What about the dancers? They have the Lovers reversed. So they're definitely upset about how everything went down. And that's one of the motivations of them. Something dropped. It's sideways, but I'm just going to draw it. I'm just going to pick it up. So it's a Page of Cups. I doubt it's going to be upright. I just get a reverse energy. So as I said before, they don't appreciate how everything went down, basically. And that's why it's like a souring is what I'm hearing, a souring of their relationship with Lizzo. There's a lack of trust there, and a lack of, you know, I can't pronounce the word, but a lack of a genuine relationship between Lizzo and her dancers. It's like, it's a lot of fake and phoniness going on in that work environment. And I have to agree with them that it is a hostile work environment because it's giving that energy right now. as well. So I think, so a lot of them have been turned off. And like, I remember one of the dancers said in an interview that they had this whole idea of who Lizzo was when before they, you know, were hired by her. And I feel like that's a common misconception. A lot of people have Lizzo misunderstood, and what she puts off publicly as her image is not necessarily who she is all the time in private. Because at the end of the day, she's a celebrity, she's an entertainer. Her job is to entertain and put out an image. Whether it's real or not, it's a brand. So let's see here. And then the fans. So I feel like she's lost fans over this. But some fans are still going to support her. But it's showing, it's like this is her and these are the fans. You have a few supporting her, a few behind her. But I feel like some of them are a lot, like very like disappointed in her. Especially fans that are on the bigger side. I'm trying to, you know, be politically correct here. So I'm sorry if I'm not saying the correct thing, but I'm not trying to offend anybody. But especially her larger or bigger fans are very disappointed in her, because it's like, you were supposed to be one of our champions, and now you're turning around and you're fat shaming, you're bullying people for the same thing that you supposedly champion against or speak out against. So I definitely feel like it's giving very much disappointment energy in her. Not something that people expected from her. I'm just going to draw some oracle cards on the situation too. So let's see here. This is the, I believe this is is this the Psychic Tarot? It's like they're oracle cards, but they coincide with the tarot as well. I'm just going to draw some oracle cards here as well on the situation with the allegations. Just give me some general cards here. And then suffering in silence is reversed. This is the dancers refusing to suffer in silence, refusing to take it laying down, basically. Refusing to be knocked down and not saying anything. The status quo in Hollywood. Because usually in Hollywood and in the show business, or I should say, let me change that, in show business, things that happen are very much on the hush hush. But that's changing now. We're going out of that era of, you know, people feeling like they have to, you know, be silenced in order to, you know, get another job, basically, or to have a career. And then you have material harvest is reversed as well. Lizzo's losing money. She's going to lose money over this. Because at the end of the day, when the dancers have lost their job, they've lost income. So now Lizzo's going to be in the same boat. I'm not saying she's going to be in the poorhouse, but this is going to affect probably brand deals is what I'm hearing too. Some people may not want to work with her. What did I just say? This card says material and spiritual prosperity, but it's upside down. Make sure y'all can see. And then we have truth is upside down too, so I'm going to ask about that. And then conflict and defeat. So I get that some of what they're saying is true, but I feel like maybe not all of it that they're saying is true. Some stuff may be exaggerated. And then power, an imbalance of power. So from that reverse truth card in particular, I feel like some of it has been twisted when it comes to Lizzo. I'm not a huge Lizzo fan because I'm not a huge fan of her and her antics. She has good music, but some of her antics turn me off, honestly. But that truth reverse card is talking about some things being exaggerated. This is all legendary for entertainment purposes only. I don't know for sure. I'm not trying to call anybody a liar or anything like that. But some of, particularly around the cabaret show, some of that could be exaggerated. I don't get the vibes of anyone being forced to go. I feel like some people may have put pressure on themselves to go, and I feel like it's giving. I'm trying to be careful here because I'm not trying to have nobody sue me, because we live in a very we live in a very lawsuit happy society. But just know that the energy I'm getting around the cabaret situation is that some of it is exaggerated a little bit there. I don't get the energy of anyone being forced to attend or to do anything. Is what the energy, that's what I'm getting. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm getting. It's giving more, I want to say, peer pressure. But, you know, in the case of peer pressure, sometimes it's you want to fit in. You want to be in someone's good graces. So you take it upon yourself to do certain things. And then you regret it after you get fired. That's what it's giving, if I'm going to be honest here. You know, of course, I'll leave it up to the courts to decide whether or not, you know, everything is valid or not. That's not up to me. That's not up to me. But I'm just saying, this is not facts. This is not, you know, facts. But the energy that I'm getting is some of what is being said has been exaggerated. Next, I want to talk about the dance captain and the comments about her saying like religious stuff and then saying sexual comments right after. Just give me some general cards there. And we have the Ace of Wands reversed, and then you have the Two of Pentacles reversed. So that's already telling me right now that there's something to that. And then you have the Nine of Swords as well. And to me, that talks about, you know, some of the dancers being uncomfortable after the comments are made, and also her being stressed out because now she's looking like, I'm not calling her this, but she's being made to look as a predator is what I'm saying. That's the energy that it's giving. So just give me some cards here. You have Judgment upright. So that's her being judged by people. Now that this information is coming out, then you have the Knight of Cups. Seven of Swords. And then we have two more cards here. The Lover's reverse. And then the Page of Swords. I feel like like I'm saying, that immaturity, that lack of tactness could be at play here. And there's some truth to what they're saying about her allegedly and all for entertainment purposes only. I wasn't there, so I don't know for sure. I'm just reading based off of what the cards are. So these two cards are really telling me right now that there definitely was something going on. And that Ace of Wands reverse, to me, when you're talking about allegations, to me, that talks about bad behavior when it comes to sexuality. And then this Judgment card too talks about her judging people, her judging other people as well, because they made allegations that she would make comments about virginity and judge you if you were a virgin, supposedly, allegedly. But to me, this is talking about now the person that would judge others is being judged. Now she's in the hot seat being judged for this. And then the Knight of Cups, to me, this is talking about sensuality. The Knight of Cups can be very sensual, very suave, very smooth, trying to offer you things. And I'm going to tell you right now, before I started this reading, I guess you can call it pre-channeling, but I was just getting sex vampire vibes from her. So I feel like she has some unchecked sexual energy going on. And I'm also going to release videos talking about this. And in the future, I may release a course, or I may release some sort of, you know, a blog or some sort of videos talking about sexual energy and spirituality, because I think it's very important that we talk about this. And the Stars reverse, embarrassment. And because I think, I'm kind of flipping there, but it's very important to talk about this, because when you have unchecked sexual energy that, you know, is conflicting with your religious upbringing, your religious views, it's a recipe for disaster. Why do you think we had a lot of issues with, you know, the Catholic Church and the priests abusing their power and abusing people in the church? Because it's unchecked sexual energy, and they don't know how to, it's a lack of self-control, and they're in a position of power, in a position of authority. It's giving the same energy. But I'm just going to draw some more cards. Intuition is reverse, and power is reverse. She wasn't smart in saying all that crap. You know, when you're in a work environment, that's not the time to spread your religious views or to talk about sex. Not in the workplace. That is sexual harassment. Point blank, period. It doesn't matter what context it is. When you're talking about sex in the workplace, that is sexual harassment. Period. I don't care if y'all are friends and hang out afterwards. It doesn't matter. When you're on that job, if you need to be talking about the job, that is the surefire way. That is the best way to protect your coin, protect your money. Because nobody's going to say anything. Nobody wanted to say anything when she was making these comments, because again, she's in a position of power. And the dancers were afraid that if they say something, they're going to get fired, or they're not going to be treated the same as other people that go with it, basically. So it doesn't matter how innocent she may think her comments were. At the end of the day, that love is reversed, and that Ace of Wands reverse tells me it's not so innocent. And then what did I say? An imbalance of power, an abuse of power, an unbalanced person as well. I don't know. And also as well, I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose. But even when I saw the video of her addressing the issue, it gives the energy of someone that I don't know if she may have something, a mental issue, possibly. This is all according to spirit. This is my intuition talking. I don't know for a fact. I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose. But I feel like something is off with her. And I feel like people also notice that about her too. The eyes are the window to the soul. And honestly, something feels off about her. But this is an imbalanced person. The waiting game was reversed when I split the deck too. Let's see. Impatience. So what draws me in about this card is not only like an imbalance, because when you're doing, I forget what it's called, but you know, I call it the time thing, the time sand machine thing, whatever it is. Y'all can put it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. But this also talks about ungroundedness, because you see how the roots are there? It's flipped upside down, an impatience, an imbalance of some sort. Authority is reverse, abuse of power. The lack of self-control is being brought up again. And then I'm just going to draw these 4 cards right here. Destiny, what goes around comes around. Accelerated motion. These 2 cards go together right here. It's like a quickness. With a quickness, she was brought up, and she's, you know, going to be in for a fall. And then wisdom. So to me, this is talking about, let me look at this card. Documentation is what I heard too. I don't know if someone's been making documentation. What's drawing me in is the book. The book in particular is what's drawing me in. There could be some documentation, or someone's lawyer may have been documenting all of her comments. To me, this harmony card, this is like the Lover's card kind of, but it's talking about sexual energy, because the way that they're looking, like, it's not, the way I'm being drawn to in this card is they're both looking at each other like lustfully, is what I'm getting from that card. But yeah, she might be let go. And then what's at the bottom? So I feel like there's some truth to what they're saying as far as those allegations, allegedly. It's all allegations. Are the allegations of sexual harassment, are those true with Lizzo? Are those allegations of sexual harassment, are they true? It's saying maybe. And like I said before, that's what I'm saying. Not all of it. is completely 100% true in my opinion. But the issue, Lizzo, is that when you are dealing with employees, you cannot create a sexually charged environment. Point blank, period. That is corporate. For you cannot, even though you may want to go to the cabaret, invite your friends. Do not invite no employees. The fact that you gave the invitation to a sexually charged environment was inappropriate. It doesn't matter how everybody may be friends, yada, yada. Oh, we so cool, yada, yada. They're still employees. And you cannot have employees in a sexually charged environment at all whatsoever. So I feel like with the sexual harassment, that's not 100% true, but she's still at fault because she created the environment for someone to say that, is what I'm getting. So they were saying that she made them re-audition and they had to be there for like 12 hours. They were talking about how they didn't want to leave the stage. Somebody urinated on themselves because they didn't want to leave the stage in fear of losing their job. So what about false imprisonment? Is that true? Is that true? Or whatever they said it was. They said some sort of imprisonment charge or something like that, or allegation. So it's going back and forth. I'm not going to comment on what it is, but y'all see what the pendulum said. What about the fat shaming allegation? Is the fat shaming allegation true? Going side to side and saying no, but I did kind of flick my wrist there. So I'm just going to ask again, is the fat shaming allegation true? Yes or no? Is it true? It's going side to side and it's saying no. That's what the pendulum said. Okay. So those were the main three. She had a whole list, but I'm not going to go through that whole thing, just the main ones. So I'm just curious, does she practice witchcraft? Because, you know, I'm always going to ask about that when it comes to these celebrities. So I'm just curious. Does Lizzo practice witchcraft? Does she practice witchcraft at all? Okay, it's saying yeah. So let's see what Miss Lizzo gets into. We have meditation. Ancestors, meditation. So she could have an ancestor altar. Third eye. She could be psychically inclined. Eastern peace. I believe she does yoga, doesn't she? And it's talking about her yoga practice. African astral projection. Crown chakra. And then she could do money magic as well. I think they're talking about the yoga practice that she does. Then too, she could practice veneration. She could practice African spirituality as well. And that astral projection, I'm not surprised because she had the meditation card. So she could practice astral projecting as she's meditating. And then she has the third eye card as well. So as far as the witchcraft, I believe it's some sort of African spirituality she practices probably. It's not giving Caribbean. It's giving West African, possibly. I heard Yoruba, possibly. And that can also refer to her ancestors as well. But I feel like, yeah, she definitely practices. She dabbles, I will say. But most of it is coming from her meditation and yoga practice. So I'm question is, if she has her third eye open, why didn't she see this? Okay, what I'm being reminded of is that song, the rumor song. So I feel like she saw this coming. Because that third eye card in that song, the rumors card where she was talking about, they trying to sue me. I don't give two shits. I'm curious. Did her intuition tell her that this was coming? Did her intuition tell her that this was coming? Why didn't she see that coming? Did a spirit tell her that this was coming? Did a spirit tell her that it was coming? Okay, because she's connected to her ancestors. I feel like she was warned that this was coming. It wasn't her own intuition that told her that. But I feel like a spirit told her and warned her that this was coming down the pipeline. So I feel like she's had time to mentally prepare for it, is what I'm hearing. All right, so let me get back to tasking. I was wondering, I was like, why didn't she see that? But you know, sometimes even on your spiritual journey, you can suffer from third eye blockages. Like even us readers can suffer from a third eye blockage. Sometimes, you know, we have to learn lessons. And that's why your third eye may be blocked and you may not see something coming, because it's a lesson that you're supposed to learn. Because if you see it coming, you're not going to learn the lesson. So let's see here. What's the future of her career? Will this affect her career long term? What's going to happen here? She has the Sun reversed, but she also has the Nine of Cups here. So with the Sun reversed, that's telling me that, you know, she could suffer from a period of darkness, but this too shall pass. Because she has a fan base. She has the Ten of Pentacles reversed though. I feel like this is gonna follow her a long time. I'm not seeing it to the point where it's gonna make her quit her career though. She has to pull a new journey. She may change avenues. She may go into acting, is what I'm hearing too. But like I said, brand deals. She's gonna lose some deals, lose business. Not being able to balance out and juggle out things. She has the Eight. This is all reversed. That Ten of Pentacles is reversed too, long term. This is gonna hurt her pockets long term. This is gonna hurt her financially for a long time, because this is Pentacles is the longest as far as time frame goes. And then she has the Three of Swords there too. But the Fool card talks about a new journey. So I feel like she's gonna have to pivot. It may hurt her music career, but I feel like she may go into a different avenue. So let's see here. But she's going to lose a lot of deals from this. Now let's see what these cards have to say. What effect will this have on her career? What effect will this have on her career? She has the waiting game. Waiting for it to blow over. Waiting for this to blow over. Accelerated motion. Blockages. But still, though, like I was saying, she still has that light card, though. So I feel like if she has faith, and then the universe, karma. Because I feel like she could have a nasty attitude behind the scenes, and it's catching up to her. The ego. The ego. That's what I'm hearing. I feel like some of these allegations will shown to be not true, possibly. And then we have prosperity begins. Like I said, it's going to hurt her for a while, but I feel like she may change avenues. She may not do music as much, and she may go into acting, I feel like. I've seen her, she was in that movie Hustlers, so she has some acting experience there. And then deception and envy is reversed. So that's the same thing, the truth coming out. This card was trying to come out here. Ugh. Movement, choices, decisions. That's what I'm saying. She has different avenues that she can go through. So she may back out of the public for a while and still do business behind the scenes. She may release certain things but not be the face of it, so you don't know that Lizzo was running it. And as well, she has the love card too. That's what I'm being drawn to. I don't know who she's with. I might see a marriage in the future too, sooner than we think. Because I'm looking at all the doors, but the love card is what I'm being drawn to there. But she's going to take a hit, but we have suffering in silence. So that's her speaking out against the allegations, continuing to say that it's not true. And then you have partnerships and alliances. I told you she was going to be losing deals over this, losing business. Rejoice in celebration. It's not a celebration because she's losing money. She's losing fans. And then spiritual union. It's upside down though. This is like the Two of Cups. This could have an effect on her relationship, but I'm still seeing that marriage card though. But I feel like this spiritual union card is talking about these partnerships, these business deals falling through now. But she has the Triumph card here. So I feel like she'll turn it around, but she'll have to go a different avenue as far as her career. It's gonna take a turn, and she may not be doing what we're used to her doing. But I'm not seeing her going completely broke over this and being in the pole house. Oh. Balance and then moving on. What did I say? I told you. Moving on. I feel like she's gonna move on to a different avenue. Because regardless, even if the allegations come out to be not true, too many people have came out and talked about how nasty she can get. And to me, her reputation has been, ruined for now. But I feel like she'll try to build it back up later by going a different avenue. Maybe acting, maybe something like that. But this concludes the reading on Lizzo. As I said before, anything I stated was all alleged for entertainment purposes only. If you want to book a reading with me, go to sageof7.com. Thank you. Y'all be blessed.